Going through an entire musical in one day with how crazy I do with musical analysis is not it's kind of tough. Not that I'm tired of listening to music, because I'm never tired of listening to music, but 17 songs in one day. My brain. My brain. So more cut this out, cut this out. We don't need any of this nonsense over here. My brain is just going cray cray. Hi, everybody, and welcome back, I guess, to the finale for me of My Heart Says Go. So, we did listen to 5 through 10 on our last journey, which kind of helped us to see, again, me based off of assumptions of what I'm hearing through there. Indigo traveling to LA, having a very difficult time with it, maybe getting together with a character named Clara, maybe them breaking up and just having a lot of the like ups and downs of relationships and living on your own with dad trying to help out and everything else. It's been a roller coaster listening to this, but it's very Andrew Lloyd Webber like, and I like musicals with that style from there. Since we hear a lot of influences from a lot of other musicals, it's just been nice to kind of experience something that I've never heard before. But alas, all good things must come to an end, and we're going to be listening to songs 11 through 17 for this last video analysis of this. As always, if you have anything else you want me to react to, or if you want to put your own feedback, by all means, like, comment, subscribe, do all the fancy stuff. Especially with what the In My Shoes Reprise told us to do anyway. We just want to support and do all the content creation things. But I've enjoyed listening to this. It makes me really want to go and see, like I said, the actual musical from here, so I can get all the story beats from this. Listening to the music itself does give you a lot of the story beats of what happens through here, but without really seeing the full stage show, I'm sure there are some things here and there that I'm missing. By all means, if someone wants to summarize the stuff that I've missed in each of these parts, do it. I want to know as much as I can about this show because it fascinates me with the plot and storylines of it. But without further ado, let's just kind of continue on and let's finish up this musical journey of this musical. So, we're going to start by listening to Foot Down, which is song number 11. This kind of sounds like a more intense one. This is also probably the longest one out of all of these, so we'll see what happens. Foot Down. I hear a lot of these themes you've heard in others. Is it more melancholy again?
Yesterday, you were just a boy.
Oh, is this Daddy accepting?
You looked up to me. But everything has changed in such a small amount of time. And I can hardly breathe.
It definitely sounds like Daddy's instrument is cello. As every time that Dad's voice has come on, I definitely heard a cello line going along here. But I don't know, is this just being like a growing up song now? Maybe Dad is finally very supportive of this. Maybe they've mended whatever issues they were having. This is kind of like the start of the resoluting climax to this. I don't know. Let me back it up a little bit and continue.
You looked up to me.
This seems to be a show about growing up too.
But everything has changed in such a small amount of time. And I can hardly breathe. I remember your first breath. I remember your first tears. I remember parts of your past you don't even know. I helped you conquer your fears. I worked so you could thrive, so you would never have to feel like you're barely scraping by. I tried. Where did I go wrong? Where am I to go from here? Tell me, do I take the wheel and drive, or do I let him steer?
Oh, this is probably gonna be based on what Dad is thinking, like he's growing up, he's going against a lot of the wishes that I've done. What do I do at this point? So this again, just like with Smile Away, this seems to be more of a inner thought process, and probably by the end of the song, we'll have the decision of what Indigo's father decides to the path that he should take with his son. I'm glad that we seem to be visiting a lot of the father from here, because normally, you know, when we have a family fight, most musicals move away from it and be like, okay, dad doesn't exist anymore. But this is putting dad front and center through like the majority of this. So this is cool. I like it.
Here, tell me, do I take the wheel and drive, or do I let him steer? Am I in the wrong? Or do I trust my gut and say enough? Do I put my foot down? I'm trying to help you right now. Everything's in your hands. Come home while you still can. There's still a chance this offer won't always stand.
I did not come this far to give up now. For once, could you just be proud?
Proud?
You said you were ashamed to have me as a son. I told you, I'm done.
Where did I go wrong?
Oh, geez. So this is more probably of a misunderstanding thing. Dad just wants to protect his son, and Indigo doesn't want anything to do with that anymore. I get it. I get it. Like, especially when you have that big of a fight with a family member, it's tough to let go of things that were said in the heat of the moment. I know I keep like quoting other things in here, but this is a story about relationships too. Like he just wants what's best for his son. He doesn't want to see his son to suffer, but all Indigo wants to do is just make his dreams. He's very hurt by saying that he was ashamed of his son. So it's and again, very melancholy, very confrontational, kind of like father versus son was, but this feels more like pleading or like begging than it did from like the confrontation from before. So it sounds like something is breaking down. Indigo might be pushing everyone away from him at this point. I don't know. I don't know.
Just be proud.
Proud?
You said you were ashamed to have me as a son. I told you, I'm done.
Where did I go wrong? Where am I to go from here? Tell me, do I take the wheel and drive, or do I let him steer? Am I in the wrong?
This is probably a lot of what a lot of parents think about, like during serious moments with their kids.
Do I put my foot down? What is your guts? What is your heart say? Do I put my foot down? What is your heart say? Do I put my foot down? What is your heart say? Someone tell me, do I put my foot down? Do I put my foot down? Do I put my foot?
This is just conflicts of hearts. Like all of our hearts say something different within our journeys. So this is an inner monologue, inner conflict going around. And again, we seem to use arpeggios to have a lot of our inner thoughts being used with the piano line here. We love piano lines. So with this, like, we hear a lot of the what do I do? What do I do? Do I follow what my heart says? Do I let him go? Do I put my foot down? It's and again we have that that arpeggio gives us that like tension. That tension whenever dad comes on screen, whenever it comes on the stage, that tension is everywhere, and the music always does a great job of like portraying that. This time the tension's a little bit softer, a little bit lighter, and it's not as confrontational. This is again, this is like a major moment from here, probably with the development of the characters.
Do I put my foot down? Someone tell me, do I put my foot down? Do I put my foot down? Do I put my foot?
We're not perfect. We can be rough. We can forget to let them know that they are enough. She won't forgive me, won't forget, but she'll smile away and hide the pain and leave me with regret.
So maybe both sets of parents had a fight with their kids at this point, and this is again one of those split screen moments where both parents are trying to think about what to do with their child. Like what do I do in this situation? It's all just this thinking. What does the heart want? Do I be my parental self and push things down, or do I let them soar? Are they old enough to be able to do this? Do I need to protect them anymore? Oh man, this gives chills. This gives chills. And I'm assuming this probably relates to a lot of what parents go through. It's a lot of what guardians go through. Those who you feel like you're putting your wing out to protect them, and now they're either doing something that you don't agree with, you don't approve with, or they're pushing ahead, and like what do you do? What do you do? It's one of those ugh things.
To let them know that they are enough.
I love the downward instrumentations though. It gives that dread feeling. We like the dread feeling.
All alone, pack up your clothes and go. Patch up the broken holes. But if only you knew just how much I love you. Those 3 words, we don't say them enough. Our pride's too strong, and we're too far gone. We're too far gone. We're too far gone.
Oh, that heartbeat at the bottom is perfect.
Parting hearts filled with pain and regret.
To let them know that they are enough.
It's too hard to forgive and forget.
I love quartets. I love quartets, and this is exactly what this is. Obviously, there's other like voices in here who are kind of helping out with like chords and stuff, but this is like when you visualize on a stage, seeing 4 spotlights with 4 different like individuals in 4 different rooms, thinking about what the best way to go is, and it's just this is when everything is going to change by this point. Like this is all 4 characters putting down what they believe is the right thing, and knowing what they have to do or whatever it is, and this is that point that all Weber musicals have, and I'm glad Jorge is replicating this style of thing, because these are very, very heavy type of things, because it makes you think. You have to, when you're staring at the person, you hear their individual line going on. And again, a little bit harder with a recording to do that, because it's like you have to really focus on one voice at a time. But each of them are so like going in and out and doing their respective themes from everything, that it sounds like organized chaos. And organized chaos is what the thoughts of what people go through all the time. So it's a nice like little conflict that each of these characters having with their inner monologues as they're trying to figure out what is the right move. Obviously, it seems like the song is more focused on the parents and what they should do with their kid in whatever situation that they might have had a fight about. Obviously, it's Indigo leaving, but I don't know what Clara's is about at this point. It's probably something that was explained at one point or another, but again, it's hard without the scenes in between, as I said before. But it's beautiful music. It is. There's a lot that goes along with this, and it's a lot of hard work to tell a story like this.
Hide the pain and leave me with regret. All alone,
We're so far from the love we
but if
began.
only you knew just how much I love you. Those 3 words, we don't say them enough. Our pride's too strong,
And
too far gone.
And they tend to always like repeat things during this from other parts of the show.
Do I take the wheel and drive, or do I let him steer? Am I in the wrong? Am I in the wrong? Do I trust my gut and say enough? I said enough. Time to put my foot down. I gotta put my foot down. I gotta put my foot down. What does your heart say?
That is beautiful. That's powerful and beautiful. Oh. Considering you heard 4 different motives going on at the same time there, that is like the true like climax of like this show. Whenever you have a quartet going on with 4 different melodic motives going on, it hits. It hits. You heard parts of Definitely a Smile Away in there. You heard parts from Fathers versus Son. I know I heard Heat of the Moment in there too. And then Foot Down. Putting all 4 of those together and just boom, hitting it with the audience is such a clever way to do it. And it hits. It hits. It hits beautifully. And I could see a fade to black there as they're all just kind of looking up to the sky, looking down, looking at a bed, crying, whatever it is. I'm sure this always gets roaring applause whenever it's like performed. It's beautiful. I love when they mix like melodic lines up like this. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. All right, next 2 are 2 reprises of previous ones. So we'll start with the reprise of Heat of the Moment. I'm sure I won't have much more to say to this unless they have different like lyrics and stuff to this. So let's see what the heat of the moment reprise is. It's a melody line, which we'd expect from a reprise. So maybe this is just the response to Foot Down.
When it's perfectly dark.
That gives chills at the end there. With I guess that was Clara's voice at the end there, based on what I'm seeing with the with the artists and stuff from here. But like this was kind of a reverse thing. I wonder if Clara ended up saying something to Mom during Foot Down that ended up making her kind of feel this like regret and stuff, and then boom, it just hits. It just hits, and when you know it hits, it hits, and that's what the joyous things about reprises are, is it reaffirms a theme done at the beginning. The reprise, when we had heat of the moment initially, it was because Dad had the argument with Indigo, and he knew that he said something that he really did not mean. And from what it sounded like with Foot Down, I'm assuming Clara probably, at least leading into this, probably said something really mean to her mother, and that's why Erica's the, or by Erica I mean Clara. Sorry, Erica Ido is the artist of who does that. It's most likely that Clara was the one who said something really mean or really hurtful, so that's why we have that reprise left. There's not much really more to say because it is the same track, just with different voices and just with a partially different meaning. Just hard without knowing what the conflict is about. Probably had something to do with Foot Down, but it's still haunting, and especially when you have that solo line with just one voice and piano right at the end there, it gives you a chill. And that chill is what reprises are supposed to do. So I'm assuming what the Find Your Voice reprise, which is the next one, is probably going to do something similar, just more upbeat, because your original Find Your Voice was really upbeat. So let's see what happens when we revisit our teacher. I love that piano like line there. Piano is such a big isolated instrument in this musical.
Yesterday, he was just a boy.
Putting back to Foot Down too.
And he looked up to me. But now he's on his own. He's all alone and still he grows. But if he fails, is that on me?
Like, these just the lyrics at the beginning of Foot Down again.
The world's got a lot to change, and it starts with us. We've got a lot
I love
to
this teacher's voice.
change and adjust.
Like, it's such an uplifting feeling based on how the other things have been going.
Where you, sir, can make a difference. So find your voice, make some noise, find your voice.
It seems to be that this character here, this teacher, this one who seems to be replicating people, this seems maybe like he must have went to this teacher for help or something. I don't know, but now, like, we had the initial lyrics from the beginning of Foot Down, so I guess this is technically a reprise of two songs. So it should be listed a little bit differently on here based on what I'm hearing. But we have the beginning of there being like, oh, I don't know what to do here, and it's like, shut up, fool. I don't know why I said it that way. You can make a difference in there. Let your own voice rise up. Support the boy, or something like that. I can already kind of feel that kind of thing going there. It's a nice contrast because I'm gonna start this over again. It's so melancholy, and then we get the uplifting part when we get back to Find Your Voice, and that's what we look for. We look for the uplifting parts here. This is going over that edge. We're trying to resolve all of the conflicts at this point. It's sweet. It's sweet. It's very sweet.
Yesterday, he was just a boy.
This is very melancholy here again. That arpeggiating downward kind of gives that. But I think when it flips, the piano reverses, which and ascends instead of descends, which changes everything. I think that's what I heard.
Is that on me? Is that on me?
Yep, it's ascending now. Yep.
The world's got a lot to change.
It's such a nice contrast. It gives you a smile.
And adjust, but I know there will come an instance where you, sir, can make a difference. So find your voice, make some noise, find your voice.
I love how uplifting this is.
Find some joy, find your voice, and make it matter.
Ooh, ooh. Yeah. Such a change. So uplifting, so optimistic. With how sad the other songs have been, this is such a beautiful change. Ooh, wait. Did they just play the motive again up there? Ooh, when the trumpets, I think there's an upper voice that played the main motive from the beginning. We're getting that hope back, aren't we? I gotta listen to that there. The hope motive is back. I'm gonna call that the hope motif. Yep, that's where everything is just gonna flip. This is where it flips here. Like, it's been very negative for, oh my gosh, it's been negative for 1, 2, 3, 4 songs, and this is finally the flip here. And we go back as soon as we, as soon as things kind of go back to the way they were, that original hope motive, dot dot dot. Oh my god, I was starting to sing Warrior of Mine on accident. Whoops. Let me hear that motive again from the beginning. Hold on.
It's basically the biggest day of my life. I get to
Yeah, the da 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 da. That's definitely played at the end of Find Your Voice, isn't it? Yep, it is. It is played right at the end there, just a lot slower. We've got hope to return to. This is the change from here. That's what reprises do. They help to move that set forward from there to help push everyone into where they need to go. So this was this with that motive coming back. I'm assuming everything is just flipping, and that's exactly what we need. All right, number 14, Rob's Original. I don't know the artist for this one. Well, I do, but it seems to be just someone who they haven't focused on yet until now. So I wonder what this is.
Fear is what holds us down. It's got us scared to be different, scared to reach out, scared to stand out from the crowd.
Oh, this is like a reprise too.
We're different, is seen as a criminal. I still encourage you to be original.
Yeah, no, I understand what the original thing is now, because this was the fear line that was put up in What Does My Heart Say all the way at the beginning of this. It's just, it's a combination of that fear section along with Indigo's original song kind of clashed into two. So you have the guitar, you have the upbeativeness. Don't be afraid to be original. This is kind of what you want from here. Don't let fear take control of you. This is a nice optimistic upbeat thing. This is probably part of the performance of oh, here, Indigo, this is your song. It's happening. I don't know. It's cool. I like it.
Fear is what holds us down. It's got us scared to be different, scared to reach out, scared to stand out from the crowd. But in a world where different is seen as a criminal, I still encourage you to be original. Original. Yo, cause I'm a cynical criminal, a critical on the rise. Every minimal lyric is a miracle in my eyes.
I love the
Miracle
rhyme
complexity, the best of
scheme.
me won't rest till every syllable I write is pivotal to our time. Cause I am original. Yes, I am original.
It sounds like Indigo's song got realized by this point. I know it's being sung by somebody else, but it sounds like it influenced like another style and sound here, because this is just you're kind of hearing the melody line of the piano come through just with the voice instead. That's kind of replicating that motif, especially with a da na 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 na. That's very similar to what we had with that piano line moving there, and it just gives that kind of hope. I like when musicals make that flip. This is where things are getting more positive. This is where things will get better, and it's a nice change considering how down and sad we've been for such a long time. So this is a nice upbeat change.
Right is pivotal to our time, cause I am original. Yes, I am original. Cause I am original, I am unique, I am nobody
Yep, it's a song.
else
It's
but
beautiful.
me. Sit back,
We get to hear the
relax, and
full
you'll
version
see.
now.
If you open your mind, you can follow your dreams. The world will try to set me aside, but I'm not going down without a fight. I cannot be categorized, cause I am original. Whoa.
Ooh.
Cause I am original.
I like how this one sounds.
Original.
So this is most likely an audition that he finally got or something. Maybe Dad helped Indigo to get an audition somewhere, and this was his full song. It's cool. It's that upbeat optimism that we had at the very beginning of our journey again. Things are moving in the right direction. Things feel much better than they did, and it's nice to have that optimism. We have the upbeat guitar, and it's so minimalist, but it's so powerful at the same time. This was the original dream of Indigo, and now he's finally able to see it realized, whether it's through an audition or completing the song or whatever he had to do. All right, Good Night Indigo, song number 15. We love having this like
There was a song.
it's a song keep
I heard
going
her
on.
sing.
Oh,
Didn't know at the time your first would be her last. It wasn't long,
the mom did die.
but I heard it bring you down to sleep on top of her heart until she finally passed. It would go like, good night, Indigo.
Oh, this is gonna make me cry.
It's time for me to go. Good night, Indigo.
This is beautiful.
I remember the rain, watching it fall. I had
You know what this is reminding me of? I hate to say this. I really hate to say this, but the melody here is reminding me of something else. I need to I need to I need to play this for a second, because I'm like, why does this melody line sound familiar? And this is why it sounds familiar to me. Are you ready for this, guys? I'm gonna play a little bit of this. Do you recognize something? Now let me play the beginning of this again. Why it hit me just now. Let me play this again. Do you hear it?
There was a song.
Do you hear it, guys?
I heard her sing. Didn't know
Jorge
at the
has a
time
style, and I love
first
it.
would be her last. It wasn't long,
This reminds me a lot of Legendary.
but I heard it bring you down to
This
sleep.
is probably the inspiration towards
On top
Legendary, to
of
be
her
honest.
heart until she finally passed. It would go like
But it's a beautiful lullaby,
indigo.
a beautiful ballad.
It's time for me to go. Good night, indigo. I remember the rain, watching it fall.
The piano does kind of sound like
I
raindrops a little bit.
turned away 'cause I couldn't bear to see she was in pain, but she took it all and found the strength to give us one last memory. She was singing. Good night, indigo.
There's that piano line again, just in the vocals.
It's time for me to go. Good night, indigo. Indigo.
Well, I guess that answered my question about what happened to Mom. Like, she must have been sick or something, and she knew she was gonna die, so she's saying that melody line, which probably inspired the Rob's original. That would be my guess, because it's very melancholy, it's very sad. It gets the heartstrings going. Plus, it reminded me so much of Legendary with at least how that first part goes. So I mean, I mean, it makes sense that Jorge would use the melody lines he heard to make a much more optimistic song. Because oof, that got me a little teary hearing there. Whenever, and this is just again, I've mentioned this before, but if you don't know this, I guess I'm going into my personal life a little bit. My mom was diagnosed a couple of years ago with acute leukemia. She did get cured of it, but like whenever there's anything about like sickness, death, anything like that, it hits hard to me, especially when it's a mother figure. My mother's fine. Everything's alive. She's alive. She's perfectly fine. She's pretty much back to normal where she was because the treatments is up for success. But it hits hard. It hits hard whenever a song like this comes up. So, and losing somebody close to you was hard. I've said this in a couple other my videos, and when Underworld did this, when the oh my gosh, there was this other like short that anime thing that I reacted to a while ago that it kind of had that same kind of like lost feeling. It's loss is hard on people, and we use certain chords and progressions to kind of get that feeling across because everyone can relate to losing somebody close to them. That's a hell of a way to kind of end very closely on like on a storyline from here, since this is just song 15. All right, before I lose it, let's hope like Freestyle on a Heartbeat, which is number 16, is more optimistic. Let's hope, please. Yeah, it is. This must be maybe Indigo making it, his first big concert, maybe. There's the thump from the beginning.
My body's here and my mind is present. The beating of my heart is loud as it is incessant. I want to address it, but I still got a long way to go. I'm so young. What the hell do I know? I know we grow with the mentality that our reality is governed by money, and somehow that's running our whole mortality. We're tightly bonded, refuse to get behind it. We act like we don't mind it, but the fact is we're too blind to see it. We keep waiting for the stars to align, for the perfect time to try the perfect beat and rhyme when deep inside we strive to live life, and yet the money's got us too scared to try. Why? See, I grew up with my head in the clouds and no force on the planet that could bring that down. So when a storm tore the sky and swore that I should stop it, I said, hell nah, man, I'ma top it. And it was the music that got me through, and I'm cruising that I don't care about the bruises I got or how much I'm losing. The point of this is I'm choosing to be here now. I'm a fuse that's attached to a bomb that could go off at any moment, kaplow.
I've heard this before. Like I was like recognizing this. I think this was a sound like many years ago on TikTok, or at least part of it. I was like, this sounds so familiar to me. I understand why it's freestyle on a heartbeat because it's all about like story. We have that bum 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 bum, and then when it disappears, that is our like beat, our pulse for here. So it's all done to the the heartbeat. But I'm positive I have heard this somewhere before. This sounds extremely familiar to me. All right, I'm gonna not talk for 3 minutes because I want to listen to this entire thing unless it changes. So I'm gonna start from the beginning, and I'm not gonna talk. Just gonna listen. Gonna try. Ready? Let's do this.
My body's here and my mind is present. The beating of my heart is loud as it is incessant. I want to address it, but I still got a long way to go. I'm so young. What the hell do I know? I know we grow with the mentality that our reality is governed by money, and somehow that's running our whole mortality. We're tightly bonded, refuse to get behind it. We act like we don't mind it, but the fact is we're too blind to see it. We keep waiting for the stars to align, for the perfect time to try the perfect beat and rhyme when deep inside we strive to live life, and yet the money's got us too scared to try. Why? See, I grew up with my head in the clouds and no force on the planet that could bring that down. So when a storm tore the sky and swore that I should stop it, I said, hell nah, man, I'ma top it. And it was the music that got me through, and I'm cruising that I don't care about the bruises I got or how much I'm losing. The point of this is I'm choosing to be here now. I'm a fuse that's attached to a bomb that could go off at any moment, kaplow. I'm a fluid, I find a crevice, go through it. Every obstacle, I say screw it. And the odds can go kiss my gluteus maximus. Who is gonna have the courage to do this if we can believe it was stupid? In reality, we're just human. Here's a piece of me, I can prove it. I could stop right now. Go back to my hometown, relax and slow down. I see people glaring and staring throughout the mass crowd, and I have the urge to give up and to sit my ass down. But I want to survive till the last round, make it past now and pass down the idea that even the class clown might become the world's best comedian. And we should all strive to be the outlier, not just the median. And everybody's looking for the secret ingredient. Well, there is none. It's hard and it's tough and it's tedious, but that's what I stand for. If you have a dream, believe in it and don't become too greedy for the green, cause it's convenient. I'm preaching dreams, shooting darts in the dark, cause the hardest part is getting the artist in you to start to follow your heart. And now that I'm on a roll, my gut says, get off the stage, man, go. But I resist and I refuse and I persist and I pursue. And I'm scouring my brain for any words that I can use. Cause life is like a freestyle, man, you know it's true. You figure it out as you go and slowly get into the groove. You can do something beautiful and meaningful too. You can open up your heart and let the feelings come through. Write a freaking musical if you got something to prove. But the most important thing is that you keep doing you. My body's here and my mind is present. I've got a long way to go, but I've learned one lesson. Every heart holds a melody. It'll tell you where to steer, but only if you listen. So what do you hear?
Wow. That was strong. Like, that was strong. That had a lot of meaning into there, and I think this just wraps up this what this whole show is really about, and that is like not to give up on your dreams. Yeah, if you might make it somewhere, you got to keep pushing, even if everyone tells you around you that you can't do it. Just keep pushing ahead. Like like everyone has a melody in their heart, and you just need to listen to it and continue going on with it. Listen to your heart, folks. Like that was just all just dialogue there. Like using a hip hop rap freestyle, using a freestyle to put the main message of your show across is strong, and it's powerful, and it has a super strong message. I don't even need to say anything else about that. I think it just kind of like says it for yourself. Re-listen to that like 30,000 times. I know I've heard that somewhere. Like that particular thing was so familiar to me for some reason. I know I've heard it somewhere. I just don't know where. It's gonna drive me nuts, but that was strong. That was strong. That is what we all really should aim for. Follow your heart. Your heart will always lead you into the right direction, into what's going to shape you. And that's, man, that's a strong message. Don't listen to what other people say. You do you. You make that thing. You make that content. You make that musical. I mean, look at what Jorge's done with Epic. It's he's taken his own advice and he's went along with it. Man. All right, we've come to the epilogue. Won't give up. This will probably wrap everything up. Let's see what we got with it. Do we have that main melody line there again? I love that that's what the show is based off, is just that part for Hope.
I spent too much time on a road I didn't choose and I didn't love. Chasing dreams that were never mine to begin with, and I know I'm not the only one. You cannot force a career down our throats and hope that we hold it without questioning. Who am I? Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am I to the N to the D to the I'm in to go with the flow. I'll be speaking in rhymes. If you're looking for a story, I am here to supply you with the fiery desire to thrive, not survive.
He's become a musician like he wanted.
Med school dropout. You might think of me as just a cop out, but in reality, I love to sing and write. It's part of who I am. And no disrespect to the doctors who are busy operating. I just can't keep waiting on a job that I've been hating. Soon enough will be too late. I gotta take control of my fate, but everybody's so scared, so I step up to the plate.
I wanna look back at the end of my life and say I did it. I followed.
I love this because now they're going to probably, like, since it's the epilogue, it's probably going to tell you what each of them just really want in here. We had a pre-med school dropout who became a musician. Like you can't force people into doing stuff that they don't want to do. Like, you need to, what I've always, work to live, not live to work. That's the major thing. Like you need to enjoy what you do. If you don't enjoy what you do, find something you enjoy. It's going to drive you crazy if you don't, and I think that is the main message of this. Work to live, don't live to work. Like, it's it's a beautiful message.
I just can't keep waiting on a job that I've been hating. Soon enough will be too late. I gotta take control of my fate, but everybody's so scared, so I step up to the plate.
I wanna look back at the end of my life and say I did it. I followed every dream that I had and every wish.
Follow your dreams.
I wanna see my name in lights, but till that day comes, got one state of mind.
I won't give up, not today, not tomorrow. Anybody ask me, I got dreams to follow, and I won't give up, and I won't back down.
I love what I enjoy about this main motif that they showed right at the beginning and have thrown throughout this dun dun da 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 dun 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 da 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 da. This is on repeat during the entirety of the epilogue. Like, I feel like it is just, I'm gonna call it the motif of hope. Like, a motif of dreams. This is your dreams. Live through your dreams. Whenever they talk about dreams, whenever they talk about what people really want to do, this motif is playing somewhere in the background, and it's beautiful. Follow your dreams. Never give up on your dreams. I know that's the main message of this, and it's just it's very optimistic, and I love it.
Lights, but till that day comes, got one state of mind.
I won't give up, not today, not tomorrow. Anybody ask me, I got dreams to follow, and I won't give up, and I won't back down.
It's such a nice, like, message. I love it.
Check it. I got a message for every vessel of knowledge who's following the heart. Just trust me, you're not alone. This is your zone, your time to grow and hone your skills.
The realest question I know is, since when is it fine to just give up and not try? And someone tell me why I should carry this weight inside till the day I die.
It's like my life's a probability test. Too many people searching for some formula to success. Come on.
Be a bit stronger, push a bit longer. When they knock you down, get up and try harder.
Me and my father, we can go farther.
Don't give up.
Hey, that's my alma mater.
I want my name to be engraved in your brains. I want the inspiration in your veins to drive you insane. Remember this day, cause I'ma keep on playing the game till everyone that I inspire's out here doing the same. And I won't give up.
This is such an uplifting song. You've needed it to be uplifting after all the seriousness we put throughout most of this. Key change? Oh my god. Oh, they followed the trope that the prologue did. This is set up exactly like the prologue. Like, they even have a key change to make it go upward and sound even more optimistic. It's amazing what just a half step up can do to a song. Well, this case, since we're already in like a major key, it probably just went a whole step up. But man, that even gives it just this more uplifting feeling. I love it. It's perfect. And then, bum, and up the key. Yeah, it's beautiful. Never give up, guys, on your dreams. Never. This is a stereotypical ending, but it's beautiful. I love it. Reintroducing the main purpose of the musical.
I'm out.
It's perfect. It's beautiful. This was a hell of experience to go through. I heard, seeing this, I could definitely hear what Jorge's style in musical writing is, because a lot of Epic replicates a lot of the stuff I heard in here, at least with like motive creation and everything like that. He's a very big sucker, from what it seems, when it comes to using motives to push that message through. This whole thing was based off of bum bum ba da 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 dum bum bum. We used that and just played around with it. And we're gonna call this the motive of the heart. Why not? Since this says my heart says go, it feels, I want to see the show. That's what it is. I need to see if this is playing anywhere. Like, I don't know if it is. This is a couple years old, but the Studio Cast recording just released like last year. So maybe someplace somewhere is doing this. I don't know, but it's beautiful. There are so many cool things about this. I love Jorge's music. He's a genius with stuff like this, and it replicates so much of like the musicals like In the Heights, Hamilton, High School Musical, Wicked, Phantom of the Opera in some senses. Like, it is an Andrew Lloyd Webber inspired style of writing, and and even though those have very like common tropes with a lot of stuff, they are our standards for really great musicals. If you've not had the chance to listen to this, or if you know a theater near you who is playing this somewhere or doing it in some kind of like small theater, support it. My God, support it. This is beautiful. I'm glad that somebody got me aware of this, because this was this was an experience, and I hope you guys enjoyed experiencing this as much as I did. As normal, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think about these songs, and let me know of other musicals or songs or media in general that you might want me to react to. I've been enjoying sharing my musical knowledge and love of music with you all, and let's just continue spreading music, right? Right? Yeah. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me for as long as you have for this like 3-part series. So until the next video, I will see you guys later. Bye.